Hey, it's Mark. I'm gonna do a quick video here. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Well, it's almost 3:40 now, Eastern time. And I've been putting on some more EV charging stock puts. Like I've added more puts on CHPT because they had that news the other day that their CEO and CFO quit on the same day that they lowered their revenue guidance. So it really can't get much worse in just my opinion, but I think one or all of these companies are gonna declare bankruptcy probably within a year or so. That's just my opinion, but if you look at the cash burn, they're burning cash and stock prices are going really low, so they can't raise, through the stock price, so they're gonna run out of cash if they can't turn it around. But it's kind of been the story for a while. And CHPT is probably the weakest looking one because it looks like it's just consolidating before another breakdown, big spike down. Like you see, the sell volume has been pretty strong on these spike days down. And then EVgo, it did a triangle because it was pretty high momentum, in November with the market, and then it just triangled out, kind of like small caps, like a small cap market, and then it just broke down below this triangle, so it just broke down. So the way I trade triangles is whichever way it breaks after the tip. The tip's kind of subjective, but eventually there's a clear tip of the triangle. It could have gone maybe 1 or 2 more days, but to me that's the tip there, and it's breaking down. So usually those last for another day or two. It's the direction off the triangle tip. And this is kind of like the BLNK chart. So I put on more puts. I'm all the way out till January in the EVgo. And the BLNK puts, I've got puts out I think until March or April. I've got so many strikes now. But I definitely have, I've got December's on the BLNK, and I'm pretty much just December, January, February, and I think like maybe March on some of these too. But the BLNK, it looked like it was trying to do a bull flag there, and then it just bearish engulfed that green candle there. So it broke down again today. So I've been putting on more puts the past few days. So I've got actually my December, I've got December 1st 350 puts and out until January, $2 and $3 strikes. But some of them are pretty liquid, going out a couple months. And my broker feed here is saying these are up about 100%, roughly, the 350 puts. But sometimes that's a little off, but there's like a lag sometimes. But that's just my broker feed. But it looks, yeah, it's like still going down, so it's breaking down more. So I think it's going to be testing these November, October levels probably in a month or two for sure. It's just my opinion, but it's the way I see the chart playing out. Yeah, the hood, I bought some hood calls too because it held my level that I drew back. That goes back until, man, this really goes back a long time. Pretty much since November last year. It's found a lot of support about $8. So I think it caught support there again. So I put on some $10 strike calls. I think they're like the January. So it's kind of give it some time because I think there's still a possibility they get a buyout offer any month now. So, but that's kind of a more speculative one because it's just more on just the fundamentals for the most part. Because it's not my typical technical technical pattern that I like. But it is its support, which works pretty good with fundamentals usually. Like like another one with the fundamentals was the SLGC. This one was a net cash stock, so it's trading for less than their net cash, and that was my Substack. That was a Substack article, and I put that one out like in the summer when it was like 220 or 210, and that net cash level is, it's like acting as support, so it broke above that trading range. So the technicals are really good, and there's the channel support right there. So the technicals are looking really good. Like they actually did a triangle too. So there's like a big triangle there. So, but that's a nice little range breakout. So I really like this one still, like 'cause it's still, I think it's still around net cash now, um, which is really cheap, but it is like a biotech, so it's more speculative, but still, I mean, net cash is pretty good. And I put on some JMIA calls yesterday, and this one, it's just a huge momentum stock, and it found support from, well, I think it caught support from back here, back last year, was that a year ago? Actually, no, it was only in the summertime. Like I think, see that level there? It managed to catch that and then break out over this base, this range there. So that's kind of the look that I've been seeing that I like a lot this year, is that where it does a little rounding bottom or some kind of bottom, and then like it's right there, a double bottom, and then it just takes out resistance levels. So it's a range breakout, and it's got a history of being a momentum stock. So I think they may be turning it around fundamentally. I heard somebody talk about about their income statement, or like they're basically just trying to turn it around here, and they may be doing that, but that kind of matches up with the technicals too. So I like it technically, and if it is a turnaround, then that's good too, of course. And I've been looking at the SMBR, like this one's been so weak too, like it hasn't rallied at all with the market, and it's just breaking down again. Like I was really tempted to put more puts on that one, but I actually don't think I have any now. But I mean, there is a chance here that a lot of these small caps keep going. I think the JMIA is kind of a signal there that well, I haven't looked at a lot of small caps, but this could turn into a breakout here, this triangle. But you'd think it would do what the regional banks are doing and just kind of slowly come back, but it's been holding in there. It's been uptrending. And to me, these like the semis and Nasdaq look like they're coming down, but I could be wrong because it may be trying to find a level there to hold. Yeah, see, that could be the level there. like this could turn into a bull flag if it holds. So I'm just kind of watching what semis and Nasdaq do because they still do look short-term overbought. But it's either going to get some huge momentum, and break out again like in the next, before the end of the year, or there's a really good short setup, if it um if it does fail to hold that gap level, because the downside's all the way down to what, like pretty easily 140s, 140. So, and the Nasdaq's kind of the same thing. It's got that threatening to break out. Like it looks like it's really trying to break out, and then just kind of sideways. It actually looks a little better than semis, but it's still holding that breakout level from July, like barely. Like it's right on it too. So let's just see what happens here the next couple weeks. Like it still looks like a bullish consolidation. I mean, to me, it's just because it's really small candles. There's no spike down candles like these big ones here, which would be like a top. But it printed that shooting star candle there. So, but that can happen on flags too. But the markets are trading with a lot of momentum. And there we go. JMIA is more highs. I'm up pretty good on these calls now. I think they were 100% like 10 cents ago. So that's a good one. Like I think I might have added more. I wish I'd added more, of course, but I'm pretty spread out. Like I've got some calls, like, and I got the Redfin calls too, because it just really looks like a good setup for long. And XHB still looks good too for more continuation higher. It's just doing that same consolidation it did before. It just looks like a bullish consolidation. I mean, for now. That could change, if it breaks below. Like this is actually probably one of the better charts to look at because these really tight consolidations, like these trading ranges. Well, we can call it a trading range. It's they're more likely to continue when they break out which other direction. So if it breaks down, it's going to go down. Breaks up, it's going to go up. It's a good signal. And I was trying to think of some of the stuff I've been looking at. I think that's about it, really. Like looks like the market's going down again for this afternoon here. Yeah, like the last hour, there's been a lot of spike downs. But that's not necessarily bad. Like sometimes markets will trend up, and then they'll have a spike down, and it'll just trend up again. That's what it's been doing. Like you can see the 10-day chart. It threatened to really break down there, and then found support, and then found resistance. So it's really like a trading range, but it's like barely going higher. Every couple days it's been higher on these supports. So like it caught support there, which is a little higher, but it's still a trading range. But it looks more bullish on the longer term chart. Man, this JMIA is up 8% now. Yeah, that's like a huge Momo. And while the LAZR is down again too, that's one of my favorite shorts for puts. And I'm probably gonna be a little pissed if I didn't have his puts on. Yeah, I think I could have sworn I traded those puts again. But this one's been a monster on the short side too. I was in and out of puts on this like a month ago or so because it has liquid puts too. Yeah, I don't think I must have traded the weeklies on that one. I really wish I still had some monthlies on that because it's just still breaking down too. I wonder if they're even liquid. Seems like there's something going on with this company too. I'm gonna have to put some puts on here. Well, it's kind of slow. Like there may be a bounce if it doesn't, because it's kind of it doesn't really spike down just because these slow downtrends. So I'm probably better off. I'm better off getting the puts on a green day. Like there's usually way better prices on the options on the opposite day that you're looking at. So if the stock's red on the day, the puts are going to be a lot lower premium on the next, like a green day. But that's one of the things that's kind of different with stocks. It makes it a little harder sometimes, but if you're patient, you get some pretty good fills. Like these charging stocks, I got them on a lot of green days too. So those are just better prices. And let's look at oil because that's been trending lower and it still looks pretty weak. Like it's trying to break out of that consolidation there, this downtrend. Looks like might be a consolidation there to go higher, but it's not really a signal. And I'm just gonna go through some of the other ones because I've seen some pretty good stocks lately. Oh yeah, the DRCT. Like it doesn't have options, at least on my platform. But yeah, this one's gonna go lower. Like I alerted it on Twitter like yesterday after I saw that print. Like it's just way above the upper Bollinger Band today or yesterday. Like see, there's a Bollinger Band there, and then it was just way above it. And usually the stocks do that at the end of after they've been up a lot, they're going to come down. So this one's going lower. But I mean, that was pretty. It looked like it was going lower, a week ago too. But it's time to consolidate. And I'm just going to go through my watch list to make sure I got everything. I still got the BKSY calls too. The fundamentals are really good on this one. And the technicals are still holding up. Like it's still holding that level. And I'm just going to go through my other watch list here, see what else. I don't think there's anything else super good that I saw. Here's the watch list. Yeah, let's see, I added this LAC. This one's another like a lithium. And it looks like it's just been so weak that like this looks like that was like a long bear flag. So I think this one's coming down too. But I don't know if they have puts, liquid puts. Yeah, it looks like it does actually. Yeah, it's got pretty liquid enough. The monthlies. Yeah, the December monthlies are not bad. And this other one I added, this one's done like a supernova. Like you can see see how it spiked above the upper Bollinger Band there, like way above it, and then came down, and it did it there too. So that's kind of a little trick I found with these supernovas, or at least, well, I didn't find it. Another trader I copied his style. He would call those the kiss of death on these. Like you can see, it did it there too. See the see the Bollinger Band, upper bound, and then really big spike above it, and that just didn't hold, and that was the top. So this one trades. I mean, the signals are just really good on these with the Bollinger Band here. Like you can see, that's a good signal too, on that spike, and that doji kind of confirmed it, because it's a doji is a reversal candle usually. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed here how well this one trades off of that. But see, like that looked like it was going to be the top there, but it's still going. So based on the way it's traded, it's gonna do another big run before the top. So maybe it's not done running yet. But I'm watching this one for a short on the short side too. And does have options too. Looks like they're not liquid though. Well, they're pretty liquid. There's not much volume, but for no volume, they're not that bad, but it's just not enough spread. But I think that's about it. I've got a pretty big watch list here. I'm just going through. Yeah, those are the only recent ones I've looked at, or the new ones. But it looks like there's going to be a lot of mixed sectors here, like a lot of these sectors are still looking pretty good, and then like these semis have been pretty weak. Like Nvidia after their earnings, it's down off their earnings, and that was the key level that channel there, that resistance, and then man, it just right on earnings it just dipped down. So like I said on my Twitter post, if it breaks below 490, it's going to go lower, and it looks like it's going lower still. So I think the 410's in play. So like you got some, like this is a pretty weak chart, but then you got other ones that are kind of holding in. So that was actually a really good setup. These puts off of this uptrend break, because it kind of had an uptrend going there, and then bam, the earnings just knocked it out. So that's pretty much all I've been looking at. So I just wanted to put a video out on stuff that I've been looking at, because I haven't done a video in a couple days at least. So I'll just call it a wrap on that, and I'll catch you next video.